In the summer of 2021, the digital world was captivated by the story of Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. A young, seemingly in-love couple, they were living the quintessential van life dream. Their meticulously curated Instagram and YouTube accounts showcased a journey of breathtaking landscapes, starry nights, and the boundless freedom of the open road. Gabby, a bright and adventurous 22-year-old, was the face of this adventure. Her infectious smile and enthusiasm for life were on full display as they traveled through states like Colorado, Utah, and Wyoming. To their thousands of followers, they were an inspiring pair, living a life unburdened by convention. But like a perfectly edited photo, their public image masked a darker reality. As they ventured deeper into the wilderness, the carefully constructed facade began to crumble, revealing a story of turmoil and, ultimately, a chilling mystery that would haunt the nation. The first definitive crack in their perfect life was exposed on August 12, 2021 in Moab, Utah. A witness called 911, reporting a domestic dispute involving a man hitting a woman. The caller described a white van swerving erratically and a man slapping a woman before she climbed back into the vehicle. When Moab police officers located the van and pulled it over, they found Gabby Petito in tears. Her anxiety was palpable. In the grainy body camera footage, Gabby tells the officer that they had been arguing intensely all morning. "I just get so stressed out," she says through sobs. She admits to hitting Brian first, explaining that she has OCD and was feeling overwhelmed. Brian, speaking separately to an officer, downplays the incident. He claims the argument was over petty things and that he was just trying to get Gabby to calm down. The officers, observing no significant injuries and believing the dispute was a mutual spat, decided not to press charges. They separated the couple for the night, with Brian checking into a hotel and Gabby staying in the van. They were given a warning and released. At the time, this was a routine call. In hindsight, it was the first and most crucial missed opportunity to intervene in a case that would end in tragedy. Following the incident in Moab, the couple continued their journey into Wyoming. Gabby's last public communication was a strange Instagram post on August 25th, followed by a final text to her mother, Nicole Schmidt, on August 27th. The message, which read, "Can you help Stan? I just keep getting his voicemails and missed calls," was immediately suspicious. Nicole knew her daughter never referred to her grandfather as Stan. The text felt distant, cold, and out of character. This text, it would later be revealed, was likely not from Gabby. The final text from Gabby's phone on August 30th read simply, "No service in Yosemite," a message her mother believes was a desperate attempt to cover up a terrible truth. On September 1st, 10 days after the last credible communication from Gabby, the white Ford Transit van returned to Northport, Florida. Brian Laundrie was at the wheel, and he was alone. Gabby's parents, unable to reach her, grew frantic. They filed an official missing persons report on September 11th. What followed was an unprecedented nationwide search, fueled by the power of the internet. The public became armchair detectives, dissecting every photo, every video, and every social media post. Meanwhile, Brian Laundrie and his family remained silent, refusing to cooperate with law enforcement. They hired an attorney and offered no information about Gabby's whereabouts. On September 14th, Brian himself disappeared, with his family claiming he had gone for a hike and never returned. The silence from the Laundries was deafening, and it made Brian the primary person of interest. The FBI launched a massive manhunt, not just for Gabby, but now for Brian as well. The search for Gabby focused on Wyoming, where the couple was last seen together. On Sunday, September 19th, the worst fears were confirmed. Acting on a tip, law enforcement discovered human remains in a remote camping area of the Bridger-Teton National Forest. The location was exactly where a young couple's van had been spotted by a vlogger. The area was surrounded by mountains and a dense forest, a beautiful but unforgiving landscape. 2 days later, a forensic team confirmed the remains were Gabby Petito. Her death was ruled a homicide by strangulation. The beautiful life she had documented online had ended in violence, alone in the wilderness. The van life dream was a lie. It was a horror story. The manhunt for Brian Laundrie concluded over a month later. On October 20th, his partial remains were found in the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park in Florida, a swampy, alligator-filled preserve near his home. Alongside his remains, law enforcement found his backpack and a small notebook. The notebook contained a shocking and final confession. In it, Brian claimed that he had killed Gabby after she fell into a creek and injured herself. He wrote that he did it to end her pain, describing it as a mercy killing. However, the confession was riddled with inconsistencies and self-serving justifications. Brian Laundrie's death was ruled a suicide. With the only person of interest now gone, the case was officially closed. But for Gabby's family, true closure remains elusive. Brian's version of events is the only one they have, and it raises more questions than it answers. The tragic story of Gabby Petito became a powerful symbol, not just of a young life cut short, but of the darkness that can hide in plain sight, and the importance of recognizing the signs of domestic violence before it's too late. Her legacy lives on through the Gabby Petito Foundation, dedicated to helping families with missing loved ones, ensuring that Gabby's name will be a beacon of hope, not just a tragic headline.